Falsely thoughts, race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase.
Exactly. All right, I'm bringing EIE up because they were talking in the comments a lot. All right, EIE, how's it going?
So, man,
I'm all right. Are you over 18 and do you disagree with what I have on the board?
yeah, I'm over 18, and yeah, disagree. There was
How old are you?
no good evidence for a God.
How old are you?
I disagree.
Kay, you're a bit muffled, so he can't hear
Oh
you.
no, I was asking how old he is.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you,
I can
EIE.
hear you.
EIE, how old are you?
I just wanted to verify your age. How old are you?
It's 27.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you said there's no good evidence. You said there is good evidence for a God. What is it?
The Big Bang.
That's not evidence for a God.
Well, yeah, because the Big Bang is evidence that the universe has a beginning.
The Big Bang doesn't imply a beginning of the universe. It only says expansion of space time. And any physicist will tell you that. Have you ever heard of a physicist called Dr. Blitz? He's on this app, and you can go speak to him about it because he's an actual physicist, and he'll tell you that yeah, the Big Bang does not imply the beginning. It's just an expansion of space time, and we can't tell what was before that.
Wait, hold on. You said that you can't tell what was before that.
Yeah, we can't tell what was before the Big Bang, but the Big Bang is not the absolute beginning of the universe. It's just as far as what we can calculate, and it's the expansion of space time, not the actual beginning of the universe. We don't know what the beginning of
Interesting.
the universe was, or if the universe even began at all. Which sounds it sounds unintuitive to us because as human beings we're linear. We understand beginning, middle, end, but that doesn't mean that the universe works that way.
Okay, that's your understanding of it. My understanding of it is that the Big Bang is evidence that matter, energy, right, space all came into existence at the same time.
Nope.
That's my understanding of the Big Bang.
Nope. The
So,
universe is an expansion of space time.
I'm like
with the
low.
endpoint,
I'm like low. I'm a mod, so I'm not
but
being
it
modest.
has a beginning point.
No, there is no beginning point. The Big Bang was everywhere. Again, this
And
sounds
but
unintuitive to us because of how we understand how space works because
let's
we're
not
like
even
linear creatures. But
let's not
like
even that for me. Like it's not damn, I was just listening to something about this. I forgot what about like the radiation.
EIE, I'm sorry. You sound really muffled. I didn't hear anything that you just said.
I don't know.
That's a bit better.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I forgot like the whole, scientific terminology of it, but they were talking about like the radiation waves and how they are scattered at
The CMB.
CMB. I guess that might sound familiar. It's like yeah, it's like the idea that like how the waves look and like how they spread that shows that it came from a beginning point and that's how the universe expanded. So it's like I agree with you talking about like the Big Bang was evidence that the universe expanded from a point, and of course it's still expanding, but like because it expanded from a particular point like that. I mean, this is the first time that I've heard anybody interpret the Big Bang this way before.
Yeah, it did. The thing is when we say a particular point, you think that there's a particular point in space that the universe expanded from, but
Well, not
that's
in
not.
space because it's like space is like the universe. That's what is expanding. But it's like
Right, the
I guess like
universe. Right, the Big Bang shows that the universe expanded, but there was no singular point because the Big Bang was everywhere.
so you believe the universe is eternal.
Say that again.
So you believe the universe is eternal.
The universe can be eternal. Yeah,
Can or is. I just want to know
I'm not
like
sure.
where
I
you
don't know what it
stand.
is. I don't know if it is, but it can be. But like even if I were to just grant you that the universe had a beginning, right? That doesn't mean
Uh-huh.
that doesn't imply a God at all.
Well, if the universe has a beginning, what else could
It could be a
cause that
natural process that we
cause
don't
the
understand yet.
darkness?
The universe could be emergent. It could be a natural process that we don't understand yet. Like for example, water is emergent. Water is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen molecules. It's an emergent property. Fire is an emergent property, right? Like these are things that come together to create something new, right? And
these
the
are
universe
also-
could be the
these are
same.
also things-
But
The
like,
universe
like
could be
1,000 years ago, they wouldn't have understood that.
yeah, and the universe could be the same thing. We just don't understand it yet. But like even if we were to say that yeah, sure, it has a beginning, that it, or even if we were to say that it has a cause, that doesn't mean that the cause is a singular particular god or
That's
gods
different.
or God at all.
I feel like that's different because like something like water or fire, like those are elements that have already exist that come together to create those things versus like the universe. If the universe, again, if we're assuming that the universe did have a beginning, then there's nothing else to like compound that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry I'm not articulating myself the best. This is not really my field, but like if the universe had a beginning, there's nothing else in play. So it's like
No, I mean, but we don't know that.
you know.
But we don't know that though. That's the thing. Like we
Well, yeah,
you
these
can't
are inferences. Yeah, like so we have to look at the evidence and make our own inferences. So
right.
if
The
evidence is
the
that the
evidence
universe had a beginning, then whatever.
right. The evidence
caused
only
that
shows
to
the evidence
begin
on
has to exist outside of
the evidence only shows that the universe expanded. It doesn't show a cause. It doesn't show why. It doesn't show a who. It doesn't show anything else. All it shows is that the universe expanded. And even if we assume that that was the beginning of the universe, it doesn't imply that there was a God in front of that. It doesn't imply that at all.
But no, sure. I'm cool with that. It doesn't imply a God. It doesn't imply why we are here, yada yada yada. But what I'm saying is that it implies a start point implies something outside of that start point to get to ball with.
Right. It implies something outside that start point, but that could be natural processes that we just don't understand yet.
But it can't be natural processes if there's nothing natural
Why
that exists
not?
yet. Because there's nothing natural that exists yet. If the universe if the universe didn't exist, then natural processes aren't there to start the universe to exist.
And how do you know that?
Wait, bro, that's just
Because you
that
know
makes sense.
right. You know what black holes, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, black holes have singularities, and scientists don't understand what happens in the middle of the black holes. But one hypothesis is that because the condition of the singularity in the black hole, it's similar to the conditions of the singularity from the Big Bang. So black holes could be creating entirely new universes, which is a natural process.
And
So our universe could have came from a black hole, for all we know.
But again,
That's
the
one.
black
That's
hole-
one.
Kevin, if you
That's
were
one
to
The black
hypothesis.
hole is something that exists in the universe. Though. I think like that's just where I'm hung up on it.
Right,
It's
right.
like,
But
I feel
you understand? Hold on. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, right? Black
no,
black
I mean,
holes.
I understand what you're saying. Like, let me try to talk your point back to see if like let me know if I'm misrepresenting you. You're saying that the universe could have existed from could have came into existence from a black hole,
Right.
right? But I guess my contention is the universe has to already exist for the black hole to exist.
No. There just has to be a black hole that from another universe that created ours.
Okay, so you're talking about in a whole another universe. So it's like
Mhm.
you're just doubling your problem because now you have to account for the other universe.
The other
that
universe.
exists.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps
So
going back.
again, it's just,
But
yeah,
none
it's
of
this whole thing.
what I'm
It's
saying
this
is
whole
that
thing of
none
like
of
going
this.
back
What I'm
to-
saying is that none of this implies a God. None of it.
Well, I guess this is where we disagree because I think it does imply a God because
Why?
Yeah, right. If the universe exists, right, everything of the natural world came into existence at a point. Whatever started that process has to exist outside of space, time, and matter. And it has to be ultra powerful, right? It has to make a decision to create.
No, it
So
doesn't.
when we start listing off those descriptions, that sounds a lot like God.
No, it doesn't need to make any decisions at all. It doesn't even have to be deliberate. Like I said, it could be a
Of course it
natural
does. Of
process
course
that
it
we don't
does,
understand.
because- No, of course it does because
No,
we
it
look into,
doesn't.
like,
When
how
when
intricate- Well, hold on.
when lightning
Let me finish my
hold on
point.
no wait, when lightning happens, do you think lightning makes a decision to strike the ground?
You can come off now, Ellie. E, you can come off the mute now.
Sorry, I didn't realize those would be. No, yeah, I said no.
Right.
So
So
don't think
lightning
that's
doesn't
the
make a
same thing.
decision. Lightning doesn't make a decision to strike the ground. So why are we assuming that the universe had to be something deliberate? There's nothing. There's no reason for us to assume that.
Well, again, I think there is reason to assume it because of how intricate the world is. Like,
Because of how
if
what?
this, how intricate our universe is.
It's not. Hold on.
Because if this was something,
Something being complex doesn't make it deliberate.
I would disagree.
You sure?
Oh yeah, because I'm just looking at, so like again, like if we
Is
take your
lightning
world,
complex?
if we say lightning complex, yeah, sure, lightning's complex.
And it's not deliberate, is it?
Yeah, but again, you're talking about something that already exists in the natural world.
But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that it implies deliberate because of how intricate and complex it is. Lightning is also intricate and complex, but it's not deliberate. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't say something intricate. The universe is intricate and complex, therefore it's deliberate, when we know that things in this universe can be intricate and complex and not be deliberate. The universe doesn't have to be deliberate. Like I said, it could be a natural process that we simply don't understand. Like, anytime we've tried to explain things in our natural world, the supernatural has never been the conclusion of the explanation. It's always been a natural conclusion. So why are we assuming that the universe has to have a supernatural explanation and not a natural one?
Because the natural doesn't exist, bro. I feel like that's where we're caught up. It's like there can't be a natural explanation when the natural doesn't exist yet. And like you're trying to put the natural to explain
The natural in
the
our
natural.
the natural for our universe didn't exist yet. It doesn't mean that there was no natural processes before it.
I need you to say that again.
Hmm?
The natural. Like you said, the natural.
The natural that we see for our universe didn't exist, right? But that doesn't mean that there was no natural things before it.
No, yeah, bro, that's yeah, that's no, yes, that's the point.
Right. I'm saying
If
that
there's
our
nothing,
universe
if there's
could have been
nothing that
created.
exists,
What I'm
if
saying
there's
is our
nothing that
universe.
exists,
Right.
then there's
Well,
nothing to like.
right.
I
But
feel like
like,
you don't see the flaw in that.
no,
In
there
that.
is no, because there is no nothingness. Nothingness can't exist. There's no such thing as nothing.
Right.
Right. So, like, what I'm saying is that before our current presentation of the universe, there could have been natural processes. Saying that natural couldn't have existed, yes, it could have, because nothingness can't exist. There's no such thing as nothingness.
So there could have been natural processes in the nothingness.
There is no nothingness. Nothingness can't exist.
Right. So how is there natural processes when there's nothing there?
I didn't
think
say
that's-
there was nothing. There's always something.
I think that's a big distinction.
No,
There's
no, no.
nothing before the existence of everything.
Right. What I'm saying is that there always had to be something. There's no such thing as nothing. Because let me ask you a
No, I
question.
agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you. There's always had to be something, and that's
Right.
what
There
we would
always
call
had to be some.
God.
Right. There always had to be something.
would
What I'm
call that
saying is
God.
that, yeah, you would call that God. What I'm saying is that there's no reason to assume that something that has always existed is a deliberate thing that makes decisions. There's no reason to assume that. Because the quantum foam, like, you know what the quantum foam is, right?
No.
The quantum foam is basically about as small as you can get. You know how you can get to atoms and electrons and then leptons and quarks, those elementary
Right.
particles. The reason they call them elementary particles is because you can't get smaller than that. Like, those are the smallest things in existence, right? And you can't, and that's what the quantum foam is.
Royal, if you, when EIE is done, you can come up and prove your claim.
I can barely
Right.
hear.
So yeah,
What
that's
she
what
said?
that's what the quantum foam is basically like the smallest point that you can get. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And it's hard to explain, but essentially that always had to exist. Like, because even when scientists tried to make like a vacuum, like of a vacuum of absolute nothingness, there's always something. There's quarks and leptons popping in and out of existence. You see what I mean? So there's always has to be something. Nothingness can't exist. So these could all just be natural processes that we don't understand yet.
Very. I'm not moving, but not hearing you.
Right, I got
Yeah.
you. All right,
Yeah,
so
I
we
just
got
think
about
the close, yeah.
we got about 30 seconds left. This guy Kevin has been bitching and moaning in my comments, so I'm gonna go ahead and
All
bring
right,
him
brother.
up.
Thanks
All
for
right,
the convo.
not a problem. I appreciate you being here.